I am Ezio. I am Batman. I'm Chris Redfield. I'm Captain America. I'm Mirage. I am Roger Craig Smith. And I'm in a room by myself, talking in character voices by myself. Basically, what led me to pursue acting and voiceover in general was more people in the stand-up comedy world telling me to stop doing stand-up comedy. I was selected among a group of about 10 comics to try out for the Aspen Comedy Festival down at the Improv in Irvine, California. The woman that was there to sort of evaluate us is giving comedy-related notes to all the other performers, and then gets to me and she goes, who represents you for voiceover? I said, nobody. And she goes, you do a lot of characters and voices in your act. You'd be really good at that. You should look into it. And I was like, okay. And then she just moved on. And I was like, all right, you know what? She didn't say a thing about my stand-up set or what. And like, this is a professional in the industry who's probably telling me I should go bark up a different tree. Since they created me, do you think anybody out there could, like, I don't know, create me like an actual friend? Skill sets that were sort of developed from anything sort of previous to, delving into this voiceover career, they all became assets that were sort of like unknown to me at the time. I rely back on chops from stand-up of just kind of thinking on your feet, coming up with ad-libs.
All right, that was good. Hey, there are changes happening to my body.
Screenwriting was super beneficial in terms of understanding character development, character arcs, storylines. I think any pursuits that you have in life in general, they're always going to kind of like pepper their way in.
Yeah, I know, good joke. I used to do stand-up comedy. I'm sorry, we're rolling.
Stop! Black Mask, put a bounty on my head. Where is he?
First and foremost, my responsibility is to my director and having them express to me what it is they want me to accomplish with this and to achieve. And that doesn't change for me whether it's an established character or even a brand new character. There's times where we can sort of push back on stuff because it is a collaborative effort, and I could say, could I give you one more? There's something I want to get out of my system that I want to try it like this. And sometimes they go, oh, wow, okay, now we see. There is a responsibility that we have towards trying to do things that we necessarily haven't done before in any given project. The reality is there's always going to be an element of the biology of this, the physiology of this, the length of my esophagus, the way my, vocal, folds kind of flap together at this resonance is going to have like a vocal fingerprint sort of element to it. And arguably you could say that, the older Ezio was these, and that you take away the accent and you've got Batman. There might even be a body position. I think of Captain America as more barrel-chested. Power, speed, and skill evenly split. You, Thor, Hawkeye, and the Widow on one. I'll take Falcon and Hulk. You can hear me in all of that, but in terms of the character, there's gonna be a different way and a cadence and a delivery style, and it's up to me to make sure that if I'm stepping into the booth and they're asking me to do something, that if I'm just going to that same thing I've done with another character, then I feel like I'm doing them a disservice.
Here because of me. I need to draw them away.
This goes back to even some of the legacy characters too. It's like you try to do things that, and especially with Arkham Origins, Troy Baker, who was the voice of the Joker in that, he and I were texting each other immediately like, dude, I can't believe we just got this. And then it was, oh crap, we just got this. And so when Troy was saying, look, we approached Batman and the Joker on that particular game, and we did it collaboratively with the team to conjure up performances that would be believable for the fan base, to where they would say, I can understand that this version of these characters would become what Kevin and Mark had established for the roles that everybody's known, myself and Troy included, that this is what we knew. So I thought that point on the horizon, which would be their performances, was always in the back of our minds.
Alfred, who do you see when you look at me? The boy whose shoes you used to tie every morning? The teenager you drove to his first date? While you are here every night, I am out there.
My approach to the industry has changed in just the last 10 years. At one point, you're like, oh man, I'm the greatest thing that's ever happened to this business. Your ego gets a little puffed up about something, and that was for me around 2012, 2013, when I was stressed out beyond belief. I was angry and just reeling from everything going on in life, and I didn't know what was happening, and I felt very out of control in a lot of ways, and I wasn't getting in touch with who I was yet. I was just sort of going through like, well, this is what you do, right? This is how it's supposed to go. And I was like, oh, I'm not proud of this at all. This is awful. And I don't like who I am. I don't like the way that I'm thinking or behaving. And it's like, pretty soon I think you start to shift and kind of go, oh, wait, yeah. It's not I have to go do this. I get to go do this. having that approach to anything in life, have gratitude, have all that kind of stuff going forward, I think that's where age just kind of starts to creep in and you go, man, my knee is killing me. And like, I'm only 44. It's like, oh, that's right. I'm healthy enough to complain about these things. That's pretty good. And I got a cool job and a cool gig. I want to remind people that that's what we're doing more so than check me out. I'm Batman.